Hey everyone, and welcome back to Confessions of a Massage Therapist. My name is Pam, and today we're talking about so you want to be a massage therapist. But before we get started, if you haven't already, please subscribe to this channel and like this video. If you have any questions, please leave it in the comment section and I will get to it. So with today's topic, I won't be just speaking from my experience or giving just my thoughts. I have reached out to a few massage therapists and asked their opinion on this. So they will also be giving their pros and cons to being a massage therapist. So first, just a little backstory on me. I have been a massage therapist for almost 10 and a half years. And I have worked at chains. I have worked at small businesses. I have worked at a chiropractor's office as well. And I have learned something at all of these places, good, bad, or indifferent. And I feel like it's created a stronger therapist in me and a stronger potential businesswoman in having a spa myself. Because you can see in small businesses, you can kind of see behind the scenes a little bit more than if you work at a chain. If you work at a chain, you can just show up and do your job and leave. Chiropractor's office is almost a split between the two, kind of. But there's a difference between being an employee and being an independent contractor. Taxes, lot more taxes, independent contractor. But it is your choice. Now, every state has different requirements as far as what is needed to be a licensed massage therapist. So if you're choosing to do this, you want to know what those requirements are. If you are licensed in one state, you cannot just go to another state and practice. You will need to see what their requirements are and fill out an application to be licensed in that state as well. But to get started, I'm gonna actually start with cons. I normally start with the positive and then go into the negative, but we'll start a little differently today. So one was a lot of clients feel like we're miracle workers, that you come in with one session and whatever issue you're having, we're gonna cure it. That's not how that works. We do aid you in bettering yourself. Me personally, I like to give as much education as I can if you're willing to accept it. So it's not just, oh, let me come and get a massage one time and it's gonna fix everything. If it didn't take you 1 day, 1 hour, or 1 minute to be in whatever situation you're in, don't think you're gonna come in and get a massage and that is going to cure the situation. That, for me, I like to let people know stretching is very important. You can't just get a massage, whether you're coming in for 30 minutes, an hour, 90 minutes, 2 hours. That is not enough. There's still 29, 30 days or 27 days left in that month. And you're with yourself all that time and you don't go to a therapist to fix an issue or issues in one session. People don't always value us as therapists. They don't see the value in it. They don't believe it works. So they may belittle you as a therapist. They may not feel as if it's a real job. But, hey, that's more on them than it is you. You have to stand strong if you believe in what you're doing. It is a valuable profession because it is an alternative medicine profession. So maybe you're someone who doesn't believe in doctors, or you don't trust doctors and things like that, or you try to steer away from medications. Not to say you shouldn't be taking medications. That is not what I'm saying. But it can aid in lowering blood pressure if you have circulatory issues, and even just knowing that, hey, stretching works, drinking plenty of water works, of course, eating well works, working out helps. All of these things work together It's mind, body, and soul, mind, body, spirit. So all of these things work together. If one is off, then it kind of throws off the others. So always stay on top of that. So when you have therapists that are considered mediocre or bad therapists, it kind of makes us all look bad. I mean, I guess that goes for any profession, whether it's a pastor and you see one pastor that did something that he wasn't supposed to do, and you start looking at all of the other pastors the same way, or police officers, enough said, doctors, so on and so forth. You have people who will make you look bad in this profession as a whole, but also you can, if you put your best foot forward with every opportunity that you're given, you can disprove that all therapists are mediocre or therapists are bad. For my fellas, this industry can be very brutal towards you because of other therapists who do things that are harmful to the profession and to male therapists. So if given the opportunity, you have to put your best foot forward, even more so. I've talked to clients booking appointments and them not wanting male therapists because they are not comfortable with male therapists, or they think male therapists are creeps. You can't generalize people. It just don't work that way. I mean, you can, but it doesn't benefit you. And you wouldn't want someone to generalize you in a situation. I will say in this field, female therapists have it easy in the booking process and getting clients, but the downfall is you can get creeps. So just as well as, you have clients that think certain therapists are creeps, clients can be creeps too, and you have, sometimes that comes a part of it. I've dealt with them myself, and you definitely have to stand firm in whatever you believe, whether that is cutting the session short because you like, I'm not going to deal with this, go ahead, put your clothes on, your session is over, or you having a conversation with management or front desk about how they handle those situations. Even in the hiring process, asking those questions. I've learned now to ask those questions. How do you deal with this? How do you feel if I decide to walk out of a room, or if I decide that I will not work on someone? Also, you have the continuing education. I guess it depends on what kind of continuing education, which you have to have. And it's, I do believe, every 2 to 3 years. And at least that's in the state that I'm in, Michigan. I'm not sure if it's the same in every state as far as how often you have to do continuing education, but the continuing education classes that I have taken thus far, I don't know if it was helpful for me at all. Now they have all been online courses, so I'm not sure if there would be a difference if I was doing some in-person training or not, but I think it could be better, at least with the online, because you can't always make it to an in-person session. Excuse me. Another benefit to this is you are able to trade with other therapists. Understandably, sometimes money can be funny, and we, of all people, need to stay up on getting our massages at least once a month. If you can swing twice a month, do so. But having the option to be able to trade with someone is great, because if you're gonna push a product, you should be using it or benefiting from it as well. I've had many a client over the years ask me, well, do you get regular massage? And most of the time the answer is yes, but there have been moments that I have been like, well, it's been some months. And my body can tell the difference. Also, another downside to this is you don't always make as much money as is needed to live. Now, again, I can't speak for other states, but I've been a massage therapist for almost 10 years, and where I currently work is the only job that I've had that I don't feel like I'm living paycheck to paycheck. But it's also the first job that I negotiated my salary or my pay to what I felt like I deserved as someone who has worked in this field for as long as I have. I have worked for $10 a massage. And when I tell you, I felt like I didn't have a choice because it was like, well, I need to get this money. Bills need to be paid. DTE don't want to hear, I can't pay my electric bill. When you're renting or you got a mortgage, don't nobody want to hear, well, I only make. So, unfortunately, it has taken me this long, but now that I'm here, there will be no going back. But another issue that we have is burnout. I have definitely felt burnt out prior to where I am now, because you have to work so much harder when you're not getting enough. So if you're only making $10 a massage, or you're only making $15 a massage, yes, you can choose your hours, but that's not gonna mean anything if you need to work a 12-hour shift and in hopes that not only do you get paid whatever your base pay is, but that your client tips, because you're living off more of the tips than you are the actual pay per massage. So you have to be on top of your stuff. So continuing education is a must, but as much as I dislike couples massages, I've learned a lot in couples massages, a lot of techniques that I have gotten from other therapists. Like, oh, what is that? Okay, let me ask them at the end, what was you doing that for? So on and so forth. But being skilled at something, specializing in something also helps with that pay. So be good at deep tissue, be good at prenatal, be good at, well, depending on where you're working, energy work, sports massage, having knowledge about other things as well that may not be massage therapy, but can help in your overall health. Also will bring a client back to you, which would make them return clients, so that you can build a clientele. And typically when you do, they usually tip you, a little bit more as well. And I mean, if we're being honest, this is about money. It as helpful as you want to be, you still have bills have to pay. So you have to talk about money. You need the tips. Everybody is not going to tip. They're not required to tip, and they don't have to. But if we're being honest, it probably is the bulk of what we make as therapists, or what we bring home. But one of the upsides is being able to not only physically make someone feel better, but to maybe mentally help make them feel better. There's been a menial client that I've had over the years that come in stressed out, or they're mad, or whatever the case may be. And you inquire, don't be pushy, but you inquire, well, what's going on? Why are you feeling this way? Why are you so tight? What is going on? Who at your job getting on your nerves, to kind of lighten it. And I've had people blurt out some things. I've had people tell me a lot of different things from the issues with their family, issues with work, the combination of both, not having peace, and being able to not only physically make them better, but emotionally make them feel a little bit better, and also mentally feeling a little bit better. Because I have connections with people from different professions. I have a friend who is a counselor, so I have very much recommended her business to clients. If I have a card on me, I'm like, here you go. This is where she's located. Check her out. Check out her business. It doesn't even necessarily have to be her, because she hires great counselors as well. So if it's, someone who doesn't eat as well. I try not to knock people because they eat just fast food or whatever the case may be. But I know a young lady who has a business, and as far as I know, she started making salads, and now that business has moved from salads to tacos to nachos to just meal preps. So if it's someone that I know in my city, in my state, that does something that is helpful to you bettering your life, I'm going to give that information, which I think is beneficial to people, giving them options so they know that, hey, you can go here to do this. Even when it comes to people who are thinking about going to a chiropractor, I don't go to a chiropractor, but you know who you trust the most? Your friends and family. So I'm pretty sure you have a friend or a family member who goes to one. Have them recommend one for you. If maybe you're not close to your family, or maybe you don't feel like you have a lot of friends, or you don't have anyone you can trust, you can Google search. You can go to Google Maps, type in chiropractor, and they will have a list of chiropractors. Go in and look at the reviews. See what the recent reviews have been, whether it's recent as a couple of weeks, days, months. You may have to even go out into a year. Read those reviews, see what the problem is, ask questions. Are they doing full adjustments? Are they just doing back adjustments? That is something that I learned by working at a chiropractor's office, which I assumed all chiropractors did full adjustments. Everybody doesn't, apparently. So, and I get that you may not know all of the questions to ask, but this is why I like to give that information as much as I can. If you're willing, I like to ask if it's okay to give advice. So, well, that is it for this video. Again, if you have any questions about anything that I have said in this video, or maybe something I didn't touch on and that you would like to share, you can always leave that in the comment section, and I will either address it in the comment section or maybe in the next video. You guys have a wonderful afternoon. Talk to you later. Bye.